All right, this video is going to be a trade recap from December 17th, where I took 3 trades and made $688 in 2 minutes of total hold time. Starting to become a bit of a super scalper, but I'm trading these expensive, big moving momentum names. So when I get that quick move, I do my best to just take it every single time. But I'm glad that I'm getting these trades recorded because the last video and this video shows a lot of good examples of the power of quick scalps and that they actually can really add up. I'm in and out of some of these trades really fast. And especially in the beginning of my trading career, I didn't even think that was a strategy. I fell into the trap of constantly trying to hold my winners, and it usually led to disaster. And that style of trading can definitely work for some, but it did not work for me. And when I realized that quick scalp trades fits my personality best, that's when I went all in. It's different than a lot of other strategies. It's definitely not for everybody, but for a quick thinker like myself and someone who's super impatient and likes instant gratification, it's the strategy that's allowed me to become consistently profitable. So I'm grateful that through a ridiculous amount of trial and error, I finally figured it out. Okay, let's get into the stocks that I was watching and then do a quick breakdown of the technicals. My favorites were Tesla, ROKU, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Shop, and SEDG. Looking at the Tesla chart, price action started to get kind of tight, had a 2-day pullback, held the 9 EMA. So the 2 technical levels that I was watching was 632.50, which was prior day's high, and 629, which you can see on the right, which was pre-market high. Now looking at Amazon daily, had a couple days of consolidation, very nice strong candle off the 9 EMA, came right to that prior pivot. So I was looking for a possible second day continuation trade. The main level that I was looking at was 32.47. It was gapping above that in pre-market. I wish it was trading just below that. I would have liked the trade even better. And also looking at 32.55.98, which was pre-market high. Facebook daily, definitely not the cleanest, but it's been in a nice period of consolidation right near all the moving averages. They're coming all together. So I thought if it could get above prior day's high, 277.86, maybe there's a quick momentum move. Also looking at 277.40, which was pre-market high. Microsoft had been in a nice period of consolidation, finally broke out of it, and has a very nice bullish momentum candle above the 9, above the 20, right out of all those moving averages. So I was looking for a possible second day continuation trade. The main 2 levels that I was watching was prior day's high, 220.11, and pre-market high, which is on the right, 220.73. Shop was in a long period of consolidation, finally broke out to a new all-time high, was nice and tight, close to the 9 EMA, big momentum candle. So I was thinking that there could be a possible second day continuation trade. Shop is a little crazy, so this was not my favorite, but I had it on watch just in case. The 2 main levels that I was looking at was prior day's high, 1164.17, and pre-market high, 1170. An SEDG for the breakout, nice and tight, not too far away from the 9 EMA, all-time high, 317.88. So that was the level that I was watching. And knowing all that, now let's get into the trades. Okay, so the first trade was on ROKU. It did put in a 1-minute opening range break, but I'm trying not to make that a habit to constantly take that setup because when wrong, those losses can be really big. So now I'm just waiting to see what it does after the fact. That was a very nice bullish candle, that second 1-minute candle, and it's trading just below pre-market high, 349.98, starting to put a little bit of a flag pattern. I want to see it hold above VWAP. And when it gets to high a day, which is 349.68, I want to go long. And I chose shares because the options were spready. Buyers started to step up. Tape started to really speed up. And I got long 250 shares. And here's why I went wrong. I got an insanely fast move. And I should have just taken that. And I got a little lucky because this pulled back. It still was holding above VWAP. But this did a very quick, I'm green on the trade. And now I'm red, and I always try to avoid that. But that price action happened so quick that I just hesitated for half a second, and then I let the trade play out. I just got in it, so I didn't want to freak out, and I took shares, so I wasn't trading big size, so just giving it a minute to let it do its thing. Still above VWAP, but that was a very erratic move. So I'm already not liking this price action, but it's back above pre-market high. It's above 350. I just want to give this a chance to see if it can get to high a day, 352.12. Starts to pull back, and I just bail on the trade. And I was in the trade for just under a minute. Did not really like the price action. I can always reevaluate the trade, and if it sets up again, I can give it another chance. But I got a little lucky when it didn't lose VWAP. Had it lost VWAP, I would have had to take that loss. Probably would have lost like $500, but every now and then you have a little luck on your side. So I was able to get out of this okay and made $126 on that trade. And I'm happy that I got out where I did because I avoided having to take a loss on that pullback, which would have really sucked. And the next trade is going to be on Facebook. Broke that technical level on the daily, had a very nice strong move off the open, consolidated a bit above VWAP, even had a pretty clean opening range break. I just left it alone. But knowing that it just broke that technical level, I think that there's still going to be some momentum. I don't think it's going to go up forever, but I'm willing to always give one clean flag pattern a chance. I don't want to continue to chase. This is starting to look pretty good. Pulled back a little bit, held the 9 EMA, starting to look like a nice flag pattern. 280 is high a day. So if it gets to 280, I want to try to anticipate a little bit and then take it for that quick scalp. So I have the 280 calls. And this is a good example because the calls line up exactly with where the technical level that I want to be long is at. So they're right out of the money. It doesn't always happen like that, but it did here. So just anticipating the break a little bit. I'm sizing down because I already took one kind of iffy trade on Roku and I'm small green on the day. So I get long 5 contracts, anticipating that high day break. And now I just want to see this get to 280 and get through it. A little bit of size flashed on the offer a couple times right there, being that it's a whole number. If it can get through those offers, it should have some sort of momentum pop. The moment that it does, I want to consider getting out of the trade. I know Facebook is not a Tesla, so I'm not expecting a huge move, but look at all those offers. Get through 280 right there, right through 280, nice and quick, showing buyers are in control, a quick 30, 40 cents. That's a pretty decent move really quick. And I just get out of the trade for a very fast scalp and made $103 in 42 seconds. And I can be guilty of sometimes letting setups like that go by because I feel like maybe there's not a huge move there. There's just not a lot of money to be made. And that's definitely a wrong way of thinking. So what I've started to do now is even if it's only 3 contracts, just take it. And I don't care if it's 50, 60 bucks, $100. If I have a high win rate, those will quickly add up. And the third trade is on Tesla. And this is just going to go to show how strong this stock is. Even with a pretty aggressive sell-off off the open, what does it do? Finds a bottom around 620, reclaims VWAP. If anybody was trying to short this for a bigger move and they didn't get out, they're now stuck. So just seeing this consolidate towards the high a day is looking really good. So there's a couple levels that I'm looking at. High a day is 631.90 and prior day's high, 632.50. If it gets there, I think that there should be a momentum move. I'm trading 5 contracts. I have the 635 calls loaded. I could have had a better entry right around here, 630.50, even 631. But the tape sped up so fast, buyers clearly in control, the buying super aggressive. I get long just before the high day break. 5 contracts filled at 1782, breaks 632, and speeds up like crazy. Look at the tape. That's tape speed. 30s, 60s, right into 33, whole number breaks it, broke prior day's high, really starting to speed up into 634. A lot of offers there, could not get through it right away. Starts to pull back a little bit, and I just take that very fast scalp. So that was an insanely quick trade, but you could clearly see the change in tape towards high a day. A lot of people buying, I'm sure a lot of stop orders getting triggered. And then the moment that thing really starts to speed up 1-2 points, I'm just going to take that every single time. And after that trade, called it a day, right at my sweet spot of 3 trades. And altogether made $688 in 2 minutes of hold time. That was the recap of my Roku, Facebook, and Tesla trades. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.